Now, before we get this underway, I gotta get some other notes out there. I know some Canucks fans are gonna go in the comments, say, "Oh, Lego, make a video about how Quinn Hughes is not gonna play, and how Besser is back in." Sorry, I don't want to do that today, mostly because the game is gonna go on in like an hour from now, and is it really worth it to make a video for a piece of news that's only really going to be relevant for 1 hour when we're going to make another video after the game ends and talk about it then? This is kind of why I kind of refrain from making videos on certain teams the day they play hockey games. But either way, today's video has nothing to do with the Vancouver Canucks. Instead, we're talking about the Edmonton Oilers, because man oh man, the Oilers have been a really interesting team to follow, not just because of the names on the roster. Hey, Puljujarvi is back, he's a goal-a-game guy, and he is as lovable as he has ever been before. Leon Draisaitl has that step, he's given it to the media, and he's making a very entertaining show out of it, and Connor McDavid knows how to do one-timers now. It's cool watching the Oilers and seeing some of the stuff they're doing, but when it comes to the prospect side of things, man, there are some really good names to go over. You might remember that when it comes to the 2022 NHL Entry Draft, this upcoming draft heading up in June, one of the names that projects as a top 3 or top 4 pick is Matthew Savoie out of the Winnipeg Ice system in the WHL. He's supposed to be a really gifted playmaker who can lead the puck up ice himself and do some pretty good dangles, which is pretty interesting because it's a different kind of play style than the guy we're going to be talking about in this video over here today, Matthew Savoie's older brother, Carter Savoie. He was drafted by the Edmonton Oilers 2020, 4th round, 100th overall, and ever since then he has been one of the most interesting prospects in their system. In fact, you might recognize this name because we did make a video about Carter Savoie like 10 months ago or something like that. It was at the beginning of the year, and we were talking about what he was doing and his entire ordeal as a prospect. And hey, guess what? That discussion is being revived here today because we have ourselves what is a fantastic update for Carter Savoie and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. So let's go over the profile here just in case you missed the video from 10 months ago. Who is Carter Savoie? He is a January 23rd, 2002 born left-wing player, 5'9", 192 pounds, a left-handed shot from St. Albert, Alberta in Canada. He was drafted by the Oilers, as we said, 4th round, 100th overall. In the 2020 draft, when he was eligible to be drafted, he was an absolute beast in the AJHL. 99 points, 54 games played, and 53 goals too. The AJHL is Junior A hockey in Alberta, so it's the same tier as the BCHL or the OJHL. It's Junior A, so it's one step below Major Junior, which is the CHL, so the WHL, OHL, QMJHL, and it's over Junior B. You can kind of figure out the hierarchy on your own over there. Long story short, playing out of the AJHL, Carter Savoie was the best goal scorer in that hockey league. He was second in the league in general in points. His teammate Arjun Atwal actually had the most points out of everybody, but in terms of goals, nobody matched Carter Savoie's output. However, because he was in the AJHL, which isn't top-tier hockey for most prospects eligible to be drafted, and because of a few underlying issues in terms of defensive capabilities and engagement, he dropped all the way to 100th overall, where the Oilers snagged him up. Now, a lot of these issues were pretty big issues. He was the type of player that would absolutely shoot the lights out, but it would actually take a lot of work to get him the puck. Why? Because Carter Savoie in his draft year would not really help out his guys in his own zone. He'd be waiting in the neutral zone or at the blue line looking for a breakout pass for him to go in a breakaway and score. His defensive efficiency was nowhere to be seen because he almost knew that he was this talented scorer, and he absolutely played like it for a good chunk of his AJHL year. It's why, even though there was immense talent here, there were qualities in his game that a lot of scouts potentially saw as a red flag. Dude, why is he cherry-picking at the red line for a pass? Can't he see that his team is hemmed in their own zone and they can't get it out? They need another guy in there. It's 5-on-4. This is the kind of thing that really brought Savoie's draft stock down, but as he made his way over to the Denver Pioneer system in the NCAA, he started to iron out a few of those issues. Now, I don't want to make it seem like he is the perfect player right now, but he did have a pretty solid transition as a first-year college player, scoring 13 goals and 20 total points in 24 games played as a 5'9" freshman. Certainly not bad for an NHL prospect taken in the 4th round. That was all fine and dandy, and that's what we talked about in the video we made 10 months ago, but I'm bringing you this one here today because the update for Carter Savoie in 2021-2022 is absolutely phenomenal. Take a look at his stat line over here for the University of Denver. In 4 games played, he's got 5 goals, 6 assists for 11 total points. He's almost at 3 points a game. And it's been, 2 weekends of NCAA hockey? Let's go over the game log right here and see what Carter Savoie has been doing alongside of names Cole Gutman, Bobby Brink, Massimo Rizzo, Sean Behrens, a lot of really good NHL caliber prospects. Mike Benning is over here too, who is Jim Benning's nephew, and he is a Florida Panthers prospect that I've had my eye on for a while. But Carter Savoie, in his first game of NCAA action, had 7 shots on goal against Arizona State, a goal and 2 assists. Nice. His second game the next day, 3 shots on goal, 1 assist, not bad in the slightest. This week, though, against Air Force, he had himself a goal and 4 shots in the game on Friday, but then on Saturday, Carter Savoie came alive. Not only did he score a hat trick, but he also scored 3 assists, 3 goals, 3 assists, 9 shots on goal in 1 hockey game. Carter Savoie came alive, ladies and gentlemen, and this 6-point performance is one that just shows how good this player can be under the right circumstances. A lot of the goals that he scored so far have been very predictable plays. It's okay, they're setting up on the power play, and Savoie's on the right side because he's a left-handed shot. The guy at the top of the umbrella sends it over to him, and he one-times it in the back of the net. It's a predictable play, but it's like Alexander Ovechkin. This guy's goal-scoring ability, it's an absolute heater, baby. And he's scored himself a ton of goals like this. Over the past, 2 years, he's scored goals like this. And in the weekend, he scored himself the hat-trick goal that was exactly like that. It was pitch-perfect kind of passing over there, and the shot as well. He's got a really hard, accurate shot. He can one-time it to no end. And just like Ovechkin, it's so fast that it's able to beat goaltenders even though you know it's coming. You can see it. You can see the setup of the guys in front of you. You can see them passing it around. You can see Savoie open on the left side. Once he shoots it, it's by you, even though you know it's coming, because his shot is that gosh darn good. And it's not just the one-timer either. On other plays, when Savoie picks up the puck and he's coming in with speed, he can just hold it off to his left side, drag it back, and push it forward with a velocity that catches everybody off guard. His goal scoring is magnificent, and what I like a lot about this season so far is that he actually has more assists than he has goals. The previous few years have been a goal-scoring show for Carter Savoie. The draft year he had with Sherwood Park, he was way over a point per game, but just under a goal a game. He had more goals than he had assists. Even last season in the NCAA, more goals than assists, almost twice the amount. But this season, it's been a small sample size, I get it, only 2 weeks, 4 games played, but just seeing this stat line right here, he is almost at 3 points a game, he is over a goal a game, and he is over an assist a game as well. Carter Savoie has been such an absolute dynamo that Oilers fans, if you really want to go out there and say to yourselves, man, Connor McDavid is not enough. Leon Draisaitl is not enough. Puljujärvi is not enough. We need more goal scoring, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe this is the guy. Now, I will say, it's going to be a tough road for somebody like Carter Savoie to ever crack the NHL in a significant role. 5'9" players already have hurdles that are unbeknownst to most taller players, and the fact that he was a 4th-round draft pick out of a questionable AJHL year made things a little bit more difficult to digest as well. But just based off of how things have gone in the NCAA so far, Oilers fans have everything to cheer for, and not too much to go out there and be worried about. So for Oilers fans, talk to me in the comments. What do you think about Carter Savoie and the incredibly hot season he has had so far? I get it. Only 4 games played. We've got 20-something more to go. So we'll see if Carter Savoie can end off the year with, 3 points a game, 20, 30. Can he get 70, 80 points? I don't want to say anybody's going to be able to get that, but if there's anybody who is going out there with that potential, who knows if Carter Savoie is that guy. He currently does lead the NCAA in points per game when you take a look at everybody combined. He's not first in points, though. Matthew Koprad of Arizona State University has 13 points in 6 games played, so 2 more points, but 2 more games as well. We'll see where Carter Savoie ends off at the end of the year, because this guy has been an absolute game-changer of a beast for the Denver Pioneers. Let me know in the comments, though, what do you think? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.